Thank you so much for being here on the Unleash Your Ambition podcast. You are back. I know that you were on the podcast during the earlier episode. So I know a lot has happened between
Yeah.
then and now. So it's great to reconnect. And for those who are listening to the podcast or watching the podcast who haven't listened to your previous episode, can you share who you are, what you do, and how you help people?
Yes. Hey, everyone. I'm Precy. I've been a social media strategist for 10 years now. And although I'm based in the Philippines, most of my clients are in the USA and Canada. I help coaches, consultants, and brands that need help to post attention grabbing videos more consistently to grow their businesses. So I create social media content plans for them that blend their videos with ways to track leads, connect via email, and engage their audience. So ultimately, the goal that I have when working with clients is to build a video marketing strategy that turns their followers into clients without the overwhelm.
Ooh, yes. And thank you for the introduction, and thank you for the work that you do, because overwhelm is definitely something that a lot of us experience, building our businesses, whether we are new or we've been doing this for a while. So with the work that you do with helping other people, get their systems in place, especially with marketing their businesses, there is definitely a lot of work involved, especially with video. So what would you like to share about video, since that is something that you're well versed in, and you've worked with so many clients to help them with their video content and getting it out, on social media so they can start attracting their best fit clients or customers. Like when it comes to video, what do you have to
Yeah.
share?
Yeah. So video is the number one content format these days that drive engagement. And the reason for that is really very simple. The audiences want a more authentic um, brand, or person on their smartphone screens where, they can learn from, they want inspiration from. And these days, because, we just talked about this, Stacie earlier about the spamming. Like the spamming on social media has gone crazy across all social media platforms. And so people crave for that authentic voice, that authentic face that they can trust with. And so video is that content format to help you achieve that connection. Like people crave stories, people crave the human element in whatever it is that you are trying to sell, whether it's a product or service. But more importantly, people crave to be a part of a community. And right now, it's like it's always right now the trend isn't just about what your brand is or what the name of your company is. It's like they trust a person more, right? So when they see your face online and you talk about your experiences and your knowledge, your expertise, when you work with your clients, it becomes more authentic, it's more real, right? And so video is that content format that helps you achieve that. It's not going to automatically help get you the sale that you want or get the income that you want, but you're building a community, you're building trust. And that's the reason why we have all of these social media platforms. You have to look at these social media platforms as that place where people can discover you, right? Because yes, you have your website, and your website, your email list, they're the most important things. But if you want to scale, if you want more people to discover you, then gotta be on video.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I mean, a few years ago, video was definitely a thing, but it's not like it is right now. And I agree with you. Like people just don't want to know how you can help them. They want to know the person behind the
Mhm.
company, and they want to know about your experiences and who you are as a person. And I know that can be something that can be vulnerable or feel vulnerable for some people, but you don't have to share every aspect
Yeah.
of your life. Just share, highlight the things that maybe you value the most. And I know for you, I know with you, I love seeing your lifestyle, the places that you visit, how you reset, the things that you really enjoy doing in life. And I think that is something that is important to share through video, because it tells the story of, who you are, and also what your brand represents. I mean, who you are is your brand essentially, and I love it. I love it. So I since video, creating video, and even before you create video, like figuring out what you're going to share, and then creating the video, then editing the video, then sharing the video, and then also what is the purpose of the video. I know all of that I just mentioned can seem overwhelming. Like what is something that you help your clients with to help them like get all of that done without the overwhelm?
Yes. So
Hmm.
working with because I focused like since 2 years ago, I focused on video, not because I planned to, but because of the demand of the need um of my clients that I worked with in the past. And they were like, Hessie, can you help me set up this system? And so with that, I came to realize that several clients have several preferences, right? But the steps to achieve consistent video content on social media is pretty simple, but you can't do it, you can't do everything on your own, right? So you gotta have a team with you to do these 4 steps that I'm gonna share with you. It's pretty simple. It's so easy to say, first you gotta plan, second you gotta record, third you repurpose, and fourth you publish. Sounds easy and simple, but then once you get into it, the planning, the first step, which is planning, is already a combination of several tasks, right? But before I continue talking about it, just a little like background of some of the terms that I'm going to use later on. So when I say long form video, it's really a video that's 3 minutes long, at least. And when we say short form video, I'm talking about reels, TikToks that are like 30 to 90 seconds. And I'm also going to share about main content. Like, what do we mean by main content? So understanding those terms would help you also to the listeners, help you understand better. Oh, so what's going on in the, the video side of things when it comes to promoting your business. So first is planning, and planning is about researching topics and then building a content calendar. So that's what I do with my clients. So we research topics, we try to understand their audiences better. We identify their pain points, their interests, what content does their audience engage with. And the very important thing when researching topics, because one of the challenges that my clients have is, oh, Precy, I'm not an expert in this yet, or I don't have a lot of followers yet. But the main thing about creating video content is it's not just about giving advice. What works better with my clients is if they share their own success stories and practical examples. So instead of saying like, here are the 5 things that you should do, like it's a very basic like hook, right? But here are the 5 things that you should do. But a more impactful thing would be, here are the 5 things that worked with my clients. So they can achieve blah 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 blah. So there's a big difference between giving advice and sharing your own success story. So what worked better with my clients is if they share the here's what worked for my clients, here's what worked for me, here's what worked for my team that I think your team can benefit from as well. So it's not about giving advice or giving all of these dramatic like milestones, but as simple as sharing what worked for you, what worked for your clients. That's the most important thing when it comes to researching topics. Of course, you could also get ideas from watching the content from um, from other brands similar to yours, right? Just to get an idea. But ultimately, the main point is what are those topics that my audience really need help with right now, that after they watch my video, they could make an action right away because your video was just so simple, was very impactful, and it's so easy for them to do it. And then that's when we create a content calendar down the line. We organize and we plan the video topics in advance. Ideally, we map out a month's worth of content, right? So ideally, we have a main content engine, and usually it's a YouTube video. I know it's pretty challenging to think about, oh my gosh, YouTube, but YouTube's evergreen feature is just so amazing that every time I work with coaches, like I would always encourage them to have a YouTube video, start with one video a week. And from that main video, that's where we extract the several video clips for reels, for TikToks, for YouTube shorts, right? So ideally, with the planning, we do the research, we create the content calendar, and then I would only ask my client to set aside 1 or 2 days a month to record those. So if you're thinking about one YouTube video a week, for example, so that's 4 videos a month. And so I would ask my client, record those videos, set aside 1 to 2 days a month just for recording. So the planning is a big, like it's a kind of a long process, but it's a long process just because we don't want our clients to be feeling the overwhelm or the burnout. Like it's not about recording videos every single day, right? It's too overwhelming. So we set aside 2 days a month to record those 4 videos. If we say one video, one YouTube video a week, for example, 4 videos, 2 days a month, we record, and then so that's step 2, which is recording. But before recording, we plan way ahead and make sure that once we hit the record button, everything is in place. The outline, there are clients who want a full script where they can have a teleprompter. I also worked with clients who don't like teleprompters, who want to speak and share their stories like without the script. And so it works for them as well. So it's really a matter of understanding what works best for you and remembering that it's not about being perfect in front of the video. It's really more about sharing your expertise, your knowledge in the most raw, natural way before you hit the record button. Remember that.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Based off of what you've shared is like there's a lot that does go into planning because it's not about creating a video and just putting it out there.
Yeah.
You want it to have purpose, and the way
Mhm.
that you have it set up for your clients is you make sure that you map out at least 30 days and for them to spend 1 or 2 days a month on recording their videos, I mean, that's not overwhelming at all. Because if, for example, I'm pretty sure it might seem that there are people that are creating videos every day on social media. But no, people batch them up. Like I batch up my stuff. There is no way I would be able just to be on video all day, every day, and several hours a day. So it's great that you have a process that you take your clients through to help them make sure that when they do create a video, there is purpose behind it that's going to help get the mileage out of the YouTube algorithm. Because yes, YouTube is great. I love YouTube. For the little amount of time that I've spent on YouTube, I've attracted some clients through it. Haven't even been on there in at least 9 months. So
Mhm.
that just shows that those videos are there, they can be picked up whenever by the algorithm. People can discover you like whenever. So I think YouTube is a great place to make sure that you have your business real estate on.
Yeah, that is so true. And at the start of 2024, just because I spend so much time online, because this is what I do, I have to look into the trends. Like more people are like going back to YouTube, like taking a break for a while from Instagram or from TikTok or from Facebook, and they go back to YouTube because when you're on YouTube, the description, you can add so many links, as many links as you can to learn more about your business. If you have plenty of lead magnets, you can put that in the description of your YouTube video. And if you have, so part of the planning process is understanding the keywords, the keyword phrases that people type in when they're searching for something. So there is that intent, like they want to learn something. And if you have that, right, in your business, in your expertise, and that's a good channel for you to become like your main content platform. And that's why batch recording is super important. And that's the second step, right? We talked about planning and then talk about recording. So just record 4 long videos that your team can publish one for each week. And then from that video alone, that's where we get the video clips for our reels, for our TikToks, for our YouTube shorts. Like, but then in my case, because this is what I do most of the time, I have to be very particular about which section from that main video. Ideally, a YouTube video is 10 minutes to 15 minutes, but some people, because they have a lot of steps in place, and they're very comfortable with YouTube, they could go as long as 40 minutes. But the point is, once you have the main content engine, which is the long form video, from there, that's when we clip out the 60, 90-second short form videos that we would publish later on for Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and the TikTok. So it doesn't mean that you have to record each 60, 90 video. Like if you plan on, oh, I want to have 3 reels per day, you don't want to record each reel from scratch, right? So if you have that main content engine, that's when we clip out all of those reels. Like in one main content video alone, I could extract 10 to 15 clips from that, depending on how long your main video is. But of course, I also have clients when they have a lot of time. So they have these schedules in a year where, oh, Precy, I'm ready to kind of like, aside from the videos that we clip out from my long form video, I want to do something where someone asks me a question and they would record me on the phone. It's very simple. It's like you pretend like you're talking to someone, but you're actually answering a very like frequently asked questions from your audience, which are more specific to what they probably need. And then you just give like, these are the 3 steps that work well with my clients. Very quick. It's very quick. It's very action oriented, and that's what we want for your videos. Your audience can get something right away from that. And that is the third step where we repurpose, right? We repurpose that main content video, that long form video, into several clips. We extract key sections from the main videos to create engaging short form content for the different platforms. And this is now that you're having an idea as to what really happens when I work with my clients. So this is when I will start emphasizing the need for a team, because you need to have a team to handle production and editing, so you can focus on just recording your 4 main videos each month and nothing else, right?
Yes. I'm so glad that of course, thank you for sharing what you've shared so far, but hiring team, it doesn't mean you need like a team of 10 people or anything like that, but you definitely want some help with this because it's a lot of work. And then on top
Yeah.
of the other things that you have to do in your business, client fulfillment, um, selling, all of these other things. So having a team, even if it's a lean team, even if it's one person, someone that can really help you with this, because there is a lot of work involved. I know when I first started editing, doing videos and editing them, like a 5 minute clip, a 5 minute recording, to edit that 5 minute recording, it took like an hour, right? It took an hour, which is ridiculous. And I was like, I can't,
That's so
this is
true.
not sustainable, you know?
That is so.
Yeah,
For my video editors, for my video editors who edit the long form videos, that's like 10 to 50 minutes, could be as long as 40 minutes. We usually give them like a 24 to 48 hour like time frame to edit that one long form video, to edit, like to clip out those video clips for reels, for YouTube shorts, for TikToks. Usually if a very simple editing with the subtitles, it could take them 1 to 2 hours. Imagine that. And then some clients don't have an inkling, because I also work with clients who are just so excited to get started. They have the money, and then they're like, "What, can we do that in like 30 minutes?" No, you can't. You can't do that. If you want to highlight each word in the subtitle, that takes extra time. So you got to understand that you need to give your video editor some time. And that's why it's so important for my clients to understand that you can't be doing all of this stuff, right? You can, but it will cause you burnout, and it might affect some parts of your business as well if you insist on doing everything that my team does in the back end.
right? Oh my goodness. Like yes, you could do it, but it's not really worth it. Like our
Mhm.
time, our time and our sanity, I should say, our time and our sanity, they're crucial, right? Like
Yeah,
we have to, it's so important for us as business owners is to like really focus on the areas that cannot be, that we can't replace ourselves. So if you are a coach, a lot of your time should not be spent editing videos
yeah,
and clipping reels and stuff like that. Your role is to, first of all, make sure, of course, yes, the reels will help tell a story about your business, your client's journey, story about you, but you still have to focus hours on sales campaigns and promoting, and most of all, client fulfillment. Like, who are the people that you're working with right now? So we only have 24 hours a day,
yeah,
and I think the best way to work is just to have help. So I'm big on that. I'm big
yeah,
on not burning yourself out, because it's not worth it. I've been there. I know you've been there before. It's not worth it. So having people come in and help you with these areas that you're not proficient in, and even if you were proficient in it, why not have somebody else do that for you? That way you focus on other areas of your business where you just cannot be replaced.
yeah. I think one thing that I could also add to that
Mhm.
is we use several tools, right? Several tools and software to make our clients happy. Like we use Descript, CapCut, Adobe Premiere. What else are in the video editing space right now that could, help? us produce more in little time. So just understanding that you really don't want to be doing all of the work, just so you can, you can say to yourself that, I am sharing more of my knowledge and my expertise on social media because of the videos that I put out there. You could do you can do other things in your business more efficiently than spending time on planning and then editing. And then the last step is publishing. Publishing alone is distributing your videos across multiple social media platforms, right? And so with the work that I do, I have to think about, oh, what's the best time of the day to publish on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, right? Because it's not just about posting those videos. We have to think about, okay, with this video, how do we broaden your reach? And how do we make sure that your ideal audiences will engage or will discover you on these platforms? Scheduling posts is about maintaining a consistent presence, and we want to make sure that we publish our content more regularly, because once people discover you online, they will want more from you. They hit the follow button if they liked your video, if they saved your video. That is what excites me more. I'm okay with people not commenting on my videos, but when I see those saves, when I see those shares, that's when oh my gosh, my video had an impact, because 30, 50 people saved my video on TikTok, or 20 people saved or bookmarked my video on Instagram. That meant something. So people are like, oh, not people aren't commenting. Look into the saves and the shares. That's engagement, right? We want to maximize the reach. And also, publishing is also about how do we generate leads from this video? Because people think that, when you publish online, oh, I have a lot of followers. Yay, I have 1 million followers. But then will those 1 million followers become your become a part of your email list, right? So we also have, like, so in my business, once a client says, Precy, I need help with generating leads, that's when we talk about chat funnels, right? But that thing in Instagram where you say, oh, leave the word blank in the comments and I'm going to send you a PDF, blah, 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 blah. It's another part of the process that you don't want to get yourself involved in because it's highly technical. We're talking here about chat marketing, about bots. So we also have to incorporate lead generation strategies into your video content. And with this, I set up ads and chat funnels for my clients to help them turn the viewers into leads, because we don't want to be wasting our time just recording videos and then publishing them and then not getting their email list, right? So the goal really is to use your videos not just for visibility, but also to drive business growth. And this approach would make sure that your videos are a strategic tool for generating leads and not just for building clout or entertainment.
Thank you for sharing this, because I know I see this all the time, which is why I talk about it so much. Is like, you have to create a content marketing strategy. You can't just post for the sake of posting, because every single day, and I'm sure you see it too,
Mhm.
is that you can go to somebody's profile and see that they don't have a process set up.
Mhm.
Like they're missing these key elements. And it bothers me. It bothers me a lot, because I
Yeah.
know these people have something so great that can help so many people, but they're not leveraging the social platforms in a way that's actually going to not only bring attention
Mhm.
to them, but also to help them generate leads and get these people off of social media into their their ecosystem and their email database. So what you do, I think, is crucial, especially right now, since video it's the top thing. It's what all the social platforms prioritize right now. It's something that none of us, not any of us with businesses online or even offline, even brick and mortar, like anybody with a business, we have to be
Yeah.
using video. And what better way to utilize video when you have someone helping you that has a process that's very methodical, that's going to help you, not only attract the people who are the best fit for your products or services, but to also build a community with these people just based off of the content that you're sharing on the platform. So thank you so much for all that you do. And I would love for you to share, like, where can people connect with you outside of the podcast? And of course, I will leave all the information in the show notes.
Yes, so I have a PDF for everyone listening that shows you a very visual, it's a very visual ebook that shows you the entire process of what I just talked about today. And you will have a glimpse as to how everything is set up in that ebook. And that's where you can find more information about me, my website, and how you can reach out if you have any more questions, because I also have a lot of like free one-on-one sessions for those who are just interested in understanding more about what happens in a video content marketing strategy that I build for my clients. So don't forget to download the ebook under this episode. It's going to be really good. It's gonna give you a pretty good idea of what happens and the possibilities and the opportunities that you can get when you have that ebook, because you have a better understanding of what happens in the back end. And if you're really serious about getting into videos more, that ebook will guide you and help you understand better why you need a team to help you do it.
How about social media?
Oh, so on social media, I am at Precy Tripoli
Mm-hmm.
across all
Okay.
platforms.
All right. And I'll be sure to have all of that for those of you watching and listening. Precy, thank you so much for all that you do. Do you have any final words of wisdom for the person who has started, using video and they aren't seeing the results right now? What final words of wisdom would you want to share with them?
I'm pretty sure that you haven't done everything yet. And remember that there are plenty of strategies that you can start implementing, but you cannot do it alone all the time. There are just some things that you can't do by yourself. So you need to build not really a big team. You need to have a team beside you to help you achieve that